Schoen. What's good, y'all? Fist Vegas, the hardest voice of sports. Go ahead, hit that like button and subscribe to the Fist Schoen while you at it. Y'all know what time it is. If you ain't with it, you best get with it. Now let's rock. Alright, look. The boss has spoken. Alright, Joe Schoen did his little combine Q&A, and he dropped some gems. He let us know what's going on. But before I get into Joe Schoen's comments, can we have a moment of peace, a moment of silence, a moment of mourning for the Giants' career of one Kenny Golladay? All right, that's enough. Get out of here, Golladay. Bye. Bye, Golladay. Okay? Don't let the door hit you with a good Lord split you. I saw a tweet earlier today that said we paid Kenny Golladay $1 million for every catch he had with the Giants. That dude had like 40 catches and a touchdown. Okay, and collected over $36 million or something like that. I think we paid him, no, what was it, 1.9 or so? It was some crazy number. But the point is, this is a guy who we signed to be DeAndre Hopkins. We signed him to be our Stephon Diggs, and he wet the bed like he had a bad bladder. It was embarrassing. I've never seen somebody rob of Giants fans in the comment section. I know we got more important stuff to talk about. I'm sure the comment section is going to be filled with the Daniel Jones stuff I'm about to talk about. But one of y'all, all right, even if you got to comment on the video twice, I want to know. Which robbery was worse? Okay, which robbery is worse? Brock Osweiler or Kenny Golladay? Remember when Brock Osweiler stole like $70 million from the Browns or the Texans, whoever signed him after he left Denver? I remember Brock Osweiler. I don't know if it was Brock Osweiler or Kenny Golladay. I don't know. Whose contract was worse? Russell Wilson might be up there, but there's hope for Russell Wilson. But I don't think I've ever seen a contract. Maybe Albert Haynesworth? Is Kenny Golladay in Albert Haynesworth territory at this point? But I don't know, though. Kenny Golladay wasn't as good as Albert Haynesworth, though. Albert Haynesworth, it might actually be the worst, because Albert Haynesworth was like an all-pro player in Tennessee, went to Washington and just stopped caring. So, I mean, I don't know. But the fact that I'm actually mentioning Kenny Galladay's name with Haynesworth and Brock Osweiler and Russell Wilson, that's just, I mean, bruh. You couldn't see the field over David Sills. You couldn't see this field over Marcus Johnson and Richie James. You were trash. You was dropping slant balls. You was dropping drag routes. You barely caught a touchdown the last game of the season. This was the worst. How you spend 2 years of Daniel Jones and ain't catch one touchdown pass from him? The only touchdown pass Kenny Golladay caught was from the backup. He didn't catch one touchdown from Daniel Jones in 2 seasons. Make it make sense. Anyway, bye. Bye, Golladay. Bye. And if I ever catch you in New Jersey again, we're going to stuff you in the back of a pizzeria and chop you up and dismember you Roy DeMayo style, okay? Don't ever show up in New York again. But anyway, Joe Schoen had comments about Daniel Jones, and it's obvious he wants to keep Daniel Jones, okay? He has nothing but good things to say about him. You know, Joe, if you felt this way about Daniel Jones a year ago, you would have picked up his 50 option. You wouldn't be in this mess. This is what Joe Schoen gets for not having faith in the anointed one, Daniel Jones. This is what he gets for not having faith in the best quarterback in football when he gets some weapons. This is what he gets. Okay? This is what he gets. And now he's in a situation where Daniel Jones has him by the balls. He's got him by the balls. I know there's a lot of giant beat reporters out there who don't believe in Daniel Jones. They kind of mock Daniel Jones, and they're like, oh, he's not worth it, and Daniel Jones has to be grateful. But at the end of the day, bro, if they didn't believe in Daniel Jones, if Dable and Shane felt the way y'all feel about Daniel Jones, they wouldn't even be negotiating with him. The way the media talks about Daniel Jones and the way these Giants beat reporters and some of these Giants fans talk about Daniel Jones is not how Shane and Dable feel about Danny. Because if Shane and Dable felt that way about Danny, they wouldn't be rushing to get this deal done. Because they wouldn't be planning on franchise tagging him. Let's call a spade a spade. Did Jameis get a franchise tag? No. Did Mariota get a franchise tag? No. Did Baker Mayfield get any kind of a franchise tag? No. So at the end of the day, did Trubisky get a franchise tag? No. So if Daniel Jones was in that category, they wouldn't be having these conversations. As far as Saquon Barkley goes, he said there's still a gap in negotiation. I think Saquon wants to hit the open market. I'm going to keep it a buck with you. I personally think Saquon wants to hit the open market, maximize his earning ability, and I think that's what he's going to do. There was a report that Daniel Jones is willing to take less money to fit Saquon under the cap. I don't believe that. I might do a video on that if I get some more details on it, or I might get knee deep into the combine. I don't know. But Saquon's probably not going to be a Giant. Let's call it what it is. I don't think Saquon's coming back for one reason and one reason only. Dexter Lawrence. I was gonna do a video. I've spoken on this. If y'all heard me say this on the Giants Outsiders podcast a couple times now, and it's funny because that Daniel Jones video I did on Friday or Saturday, whatever, I actually recorded that video, and I didn't press the record button, so I recorded a 10-minute video and had to redo it. But in that first 10-minute video I recorded, I spoke about Dexter Lawrence because I was mad at Giants fans because they never want Daniel Jones to get paid. They don't want Saquon to get paid. They don't want Odell Beckham to get paid. They didn't want Leonard Williams to get paid. So Giants fans, I'm curious, how y'all gonna feel about Dexter Lawrence contract? Because guess what? Aaron Donald, Chris Jones, they've already gone on a record and they're saying they need Dexter Lawrence to break that bank. They need Dexter Lawrence to reset the market so they can get more money. So out of everybody who's complaining about contracts with Daniel Jones and Saquon Barkley, the guy who's going to get the biggest bag is probably going to be Dexter Lawrence. He's the one who's going to try and reset the market. Just letting you know that. And I can't wait to hear y'all talk bad about Dexter Lawrence. Oh, he was only good for one season. I mean, that's just how Giants fans are. Y'all never want to pay players. You just never want to give players what they're worth. I'm not even in the mood to rant about it. He also spoke about Leonard Williams. Okay, he wants to keep Leonard Williams on the team. We don't have any depth on the interior line. We got to keep Big Cat on the team. So Joe Schoen said that he has plans to restructure Leonard Williams' contract, which is dope because Big Dexter, 97, 99, we got to keep those dudes together. He spoke on Nick Gates, Feliciano, spoke on them. And he made a comment about the board. He said he's at the combine, but he says nobody's going to move up in the combine. Only players can move down in the combine. You know what I'm saying? So I thought that was interesting. But for the most part, I think that covers everything. Man. Daniel Jones is going to get his money. We'll see what happens with Saquon. Oh, he said he spoke with Xavier McKinney's representatives as well. But Xavier McKinney, he switched agents. So they that's stalling talks with McKinney. But he did say he spoke with Xavier McKinney's contract. So there's a lot to unpack here. It's a lot to digest. Friday, I will be going live. Church of Giants, my brand new Giants show. So I'll probably be able to speak in depth on it on Friday. But yeah, that's it. That's all, fellas. Subscribe to the unit if you rocking with me. My name is Fist Vegas, and I approve this message.